Hello, neighbor. If you're listening to this, it means you've chosen to stay still for a moment in a very noisy world. And I'm grateful for that. You see, stillness, gentle, purposeful stillness, is where the deepest truths tend to speak the loudest. I once said, we live in a world in which we need to share responsibility. That still feels as true today as it did when I first spoke those words, maybe more so. In my time, I saw a world of rapid change. Television was new and powerful. Communities were evolving. Families were being pulled in every direction by the forces of modern life. And even then, it was easy to look away. It was easy for someone to say, "That's not my child. That's not my neighborhood. That's not my issue." But the truth I came to understand, the one I tried to share with children and adults alike, was this: there is no such thing as someone else's problem. In every neighborhood, in every classroom, in every street, there is a child learning from the way we treat one another. They're learning from how we speak to cashiers, how we talk about people we disagree with, how we show up or don't for those in need. And most of all, they're learning from what we choose to do when something isn't our problem. Some people saw me as simple, but I was never simple. I was sincere. And sincerity, when practiced with courage, becomes a form of quiet resistance against apathy. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. The people who see the need and respond are my heroes. And let me say this very clearly, because it's especially important now. Even the most successful among us carry a responsibility to give back to the society that made their success possible. No one climbs alone. Behind every achievement is a community, a teacher, a system, a listener, a kindness. To forget that is to fall into the illusion of independence, a dangerous story that turns privilege into entitlement. Now in your time, this digital, high-speed, hyper-connected world, it's even easier to look away. Scrolling has replaced listening. Outrage has replaced understanding. Division has replaced dialogue. But I see hope too. I see young people standing up for what's right. I see artists and educators using their platforms to bring light to hard truths. I see neighbors who've never met before showing up for one another in times of crisis. That's the spirit I believed in. That's what I meant by heroes. Responsibility doesn't have to be a heavy word. It's just love in action. So what can you do today? You can start small. You can listen without rushing to reply. You can show up for someone who feels invisible. You can take a breath before judging. You can vote. You can volunteer. You can reach out to the child you used to be and ask, what would he be proud of me for doing today? And if you've been fortunate, if you've found success or influence or wealth, then your obligation is even greater. Not out of guilt, but out of gratitude. You were lifted by a community even if you didn't see it. Now it's your turn to lift someone else, because at the end of the day, we are all just walking each other home, and it matters, deeply matters, how we walk. I always hoped to remind people that they were loved just the way they are. But love doesn't mean leaving things as they are. Love means choosing responsibility over comfort. It means stepping in where others step away. It means recognizing that your neighbor might not look like you, believe like you, or live like you, but their well-being is bound to yours. And so I'll end this the way I've ended many things. You are special, and so is everyone else. So please, take care of them, and take care of yourself. Thank you for being the kind of person who listens. You just might be someone's hero. Fred Rogers in spirit.